Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Money Classroom. I am your host, Keisha Bailey, also known as Keisha the Teacher. Class is in session. No matter your age, stage, or wage, you are inside the Money Classroom to learn how money works and to take away these lessons to make your money grow and work for you. For those who are new to me and new to this channel, welcome, big up yourself. I'm an investment strategist and educator with over 18 years of experience in the local and international financial sector. I've managed billions of dollars, as they say, but I've done this on behalf of clients. These days, I've turned my passion for empowering individuals, and I'm on a mission to help investors just like you to turn the money you have into the money you want. Don't forget to head over to my website, profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter once our live show has ended. And make sure you subscribe to our newsletter so you can get weekly investing tips and strategies straight to your inbox. And of course, you get my free Multiply Your Money Guide. The Multiply Your Money Guide has all the information you need to eliminate your money problems and to build wealth faster. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're saying, Keisha, I want to build my wealth, I want to be able to create wealth for me and my family, the Multiply Your Money Guide is what you need. So you need to go to profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter. It's right there on the screen. You can't miss it. No, a lot of you are watching. You may not be subscribed to the channel, so please go right now. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We need to grow our platform to reach as many persons as possible and spread this good news about money to everyone. We want everyone we know to be building wealth. It shouldn't be you alone learning how to make money. Remember, share it with a friend, share it with your family members so we can bring everyone on that journey with us. All right, drop in the chat. Let me know, where are you guys joining us from tonight? Where are you guys joining from? And to my Canadian viewers, happy Thanksgiving. This is a Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone joining us from Canada tonight. So let me know in the chat which part of the world you're coming from. And before we get started, let's have our disclaimer. The information provided on this show is for general entertainment and education purposes only. No information, materials, services, and other content provided on this show constitute solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or any financial investment or other advice. Seek independent professional consultation in the form of legal, financial, and investment advice before making any investment decision. All right. There it is. It's out there. So tonight we have Keisha, my namesake, joining from New York. Big up yourself. Natty B from Hanover, Jamaica. Big up yourself. Welcome to the Money Classroom. Lloyd B from St. Anne. And we have Gina Mullings from St. Catherine. And of course, Carrie Ann, welcome again. Big up yourself. Carrie Ann from Hermitage. Born and grow, that's where I'm from. Welcome, Carrie Ann, to the Money Classroom. So let's get into tonight's show. Content creation is taking the world by storm. More and more people are finding a career in content creation and they want it to be very lucrative. A lot of people are making money from that. And the statistics out there show that the content creation market is expected to be $47.2 billion with a B. $47.2 billion by 2032. Wow. So social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are giving many persons the opportunity to monetize their content. And there are companies, which will talk with someone from such a company, there are companies that are even supporting content creators by helping them to grow profitable businesses around content creation. In today's show, we are going to be joined by our guest expert, Mark Tracey, who is CEO of First in Line Plus. He's going to be discussing with us how to monetize your content. This is your opportunity to learn how to turn your content into a money-making machine. Following our discussion with Mark Tracey, we're going to have our show and tell segment, which you know is sponsored by the JMMB Group, We're going to be hearing from Tenise Coot. She's going to be giving us pointers about SMEs, so small and medium businesses in the content creation industry can better manage their finances and grow their business. This is going to be super exciting. Come and join me on the money side. Let's jump into today's lesson. The lesson is here. Take out your money book, get ready. All right, so today we're talking about how to monetize content. The business of content is booming. Let's just say it that way. The business of content is booming. With internet and social media and streaming and all these things at our fingertips, it's easier now more than ever to start a business centered around curating and creating your own content. As the demand for content is picking up, if you have a specific subject area or a topic of expertise, or even just, you are known to be someone who's very fashionable or knowledgeable about something, you can create a space where you're putting that content out there. And this can lead to you having a loyal following. Everybody wants to have that big, ginormous following, that 10K following, and you're able to make a lot of money from monetizing your content and building an audience. So let's look quickly at some ways that you can monetize your content before we bring in our guest experts. I wanted to just, stimulate the thought process, help you to think about ways that, maybe you're creating something now and you're not really sure if you can make some money off of it. So I'm gonna, spark the creative juices out there. All right, so the first way is direct advertising. This is where you're able to share content and you're making money based on ads that are displayed while you're sharing content, right? So case in point, you're on YouTube like we are now. YouTube will be placing ads throughout the content. You're able to get a share of that as a content creator. So that's one of the ways. Maybe you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you're thinking about going on some other platform. You're able to make money from that platform hosting ads while your content is being displayed. Or you can choose to host your own ads. You have your video, you put your own ads there, and you're able to monetize that way. Another way is that you could choose to get sponsors or sign up to be an affiliate for another company. When you're a sponsor, you're making money by talking about a specific product, or you may even feature someone else's content for a fee. Or you can choose to be an affiliate where you are helping to sell a product and you receive some commission in exchange for doing that. Another way is that you could sign up and create a subscription service. So maybe, you're putting out content, you have some videos, probably you're dancing, probably you're sharing some educational information, and you have people paying you a monthly fee to access that content that you create. This is usually some form of exclusive content. I've seen people talk about OnlyFans or something like that. That would fall under a subscription type service. Or someone who is in like a membership course, like My Money Squad would be an example of a subscription service. Persons are in there and they're getting, my squaddies, some of them are on tonight, big up yourself, they're getting regular information around investing and market occurrences, and they're able to get that exclusive information and utilize it because they're in the money squad. So that's an example of a subscription service. Another way, of course, is to have a paid course. This is you taking all your content and packaging it into a nice online course that you charge a fee for. So you can have a particular specialty and then you pump that information into a nice packaged course, and the person will have to pay you to access that course. So that's another way as well. And of course, you can also think about consulting. So maybe you're offering virtual consulting or one-on-one consulting. Persons can consult with you by the hour. You charge an hourly fee to talk with persons, or a monthly fee to talk with persons. Of course, with consulting, it takes a little bit of extra effort, but it can be highly profitable. So I hope this jogs those creative juices, sparks a little creativity. Start thinking about ways that you can monetize your content. I know we have persons on tonight who are very eager to hear exactly what they can do because money have to make. And so we want to help you as much as possible. My role is to get you thinking about money and ways that you can bring it, because money flows to you effortlessly. Money is possible, and I want you to know that. So we spark the creative juices, and that's what we have today in terms of our lesson. And I'm going to be bringing up now our guest expert, Mark Tracey. So gone are the days when all you needed was food and water and shelter to survive. Connectivity is on par with those needs today. The average internet user spends nearly 2.5 hours on social media each day. And much of that time is spent looking for information or finding entertaining content in the whole content creator economy. So lots of that happening, and the content creation economy, as I say, it's booming. It's booming right now. You have persons who are trying to be investors in this whole industry. You have venture capitalist firms and lots going on. By virtue of this, innovation is taking place in the content creation economy at a very rapid scale. New trends are emerging on a daily basis. So I want us to now bring in our guest expert, Mark Tracey, who is the CEO of First in Line Plus. He's going to be joining us to talk about these trends and also how we can make some money and what his company does in particular to help content creators. So welcome to the Money Classroom, Mark. Big up yourself.
Hey. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks for having me.
Very excited to have you here, Mark. Very excited to see you. It's been a while.
I'm excited to be here as well. It's been a while.
Right. All right. So we are going to jump into the discussion, Mark. You are one of the entrepreneurs who has really capitalized on the content creation industry. So tell us from your own experience about the journey of running a content creation business and the various offerings that your company, First in Line Plus, has.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks again. Thanks for you to have me on tonight. Hello to your viewers. I think it's a privilege to talk about this journey. I think it's something that is very near and dear to me in terms of how things would have evolved over time. So the journey started with, of course, COVID. And I go around and I tell everybody that COVID has been the greatest teacher for a lot of entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
In the midst of COVID, you're home, you're thinking about new ways to monetize, to earn an income. And coming from that, we recognize that everybody's home, they're yearning for content. So our company, the parent company, First in Line Ticketing, we thought about the process of setting up a streaming platform, and we were approached by one set of persons who wanted to have some content on the platform. We do ticketing for events. That's the first thing. And, events were down. So we started filming a lot of plays and streaming it on the platform itself. From that, the journey, went even, it crescendoed with another entity, approaching us to say, listen, they want to put on a reality series. And they wanted us to help with the overall project management of the series, 876 Roommates, which, that during, the middle of last year was the talk of the town, right?
Yeah, it was. I watched a lot of those episodes. 876 Roommates was great, hilarious, very good.
Yes. So, my passion for entertainment has always been there. And being in the filming space, it drove me to a next level in terms of loving entertainment, right? And the richness of our culture and what we can pull from it. So coming out of that experience and the overwhelming subscription that we got, I spoke with the team and I said, listen, let us really dive deeper into it. And we birthed First in Line Plus, coming out of First in Line Entertainment. And we started the journey of building a streaming platform in its holistic sense, only for streaming. And we started off by doing, commercials for a lot of the corporate entities, to gather some funds, to get things going, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we started talking to a lot of the creators from 876 Roommates, and they wanted to find a way to monetize directly coming out of YouTube. You get a check, as you had described to your listeners just now. You get a check from ads, you get a check, every now and then for content creation, but direct monetizing of your content and owning your content is the next level. So I partnered with a number of persons to build out the company in regards to getting a lot of the creators on board. And in Jamaica, the level of creativity is so overwhelming. That coming from the Anansi story in the days,
Yes.
these creators are amazing. So I started working with one, especially King Tavi, and out of that, I recognize the talent of this young man, not just a creator, but an editor and a director. So he came on board in terms of being a director in the company, as in directing a lot of the things that we want, to have done. Right now we're doing some programs now. One of the greatest things, and I wanted to leave this for last before, you jump into any questions, was that I had a conversation with Oliver Samuels. So not
Nice.
only did we build a streaming platform, part of it is managing talent and helping them to monetize. So in my discussions with Oliver, he wanted to relook, that whole nostalgia around Oliver at large. So I said to Oliver, how about you doing the reboot? And he said to me, Mark, in his funniest, Oliver is funny beyond measure, right? And Oliver said, Mark, I would love to do it. I want to do it. It's been my dream, my passion, but nobody, I've spoken to some entities out of Britain, elsewhere, but if you're serious, I want a Jamaican company to have it. And I dip money in my pocket and I said, Oliver, I am going to invest in this.
Yes.
And through the company we invested in Oliver at Large, the reboot. We have it on the streaming platform now. Oliver is over the moon about this. And the thing about Oliver at Large, the reboot, which is Oliver Backyard, is that I wanted this not to only be a legacy for Oliver. I wanted Oliver to have a way to finally say, I am monetizing in a real way from the
Yeah.
content that I've created. So whenever a person purchases Oliver at Large, the reboot, Oliver, and I can say publicly, gets most of the money coming from that. And that is
Right.
just my giving back to Oliver. He's such a genuine guy, and now we're looking on building out other creatives. King Tavi will be coming out with his show. We're currently doing Sans, the reality series, where they're choosing 4 girls to be the face of Sans for next year. That's a festival that is on the ticketing platform that is now looking to come over into filming. So I've
Nice.
found a way to create a bridge where entertainment in terms of parties can now monetize from filming. Yeah, and I think that is revolutionary. We had the casting call yesterday, and a guy from the Star came by to just look in, and he was blown away. He's like, listen, you guys are taking parties and now putting it into filming. This is never before in Jamaica.
Never. Yeah, that is true. That is a
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
First in line. Yes, that's
my first in line, right? So, and I know you can sense my passion as I grow more and more in this industry. My passion, my hunger to build and help these creators monetize is even much more enriched for me.
love
So yeah,
that.
so that is a journey, and that's where we're at. And of course, today we had the big announcement.
Yeah, let's share
Where
that. Let's share that on the money class. And
Yes,
what's the
yes.
big
My
announcement?
first interview about it anyway, right, Keisha? Exclusively
Yes.
on you. Right. So Nino and Shanzi is known the world over. Nino is one of the owners of the Sans brand, and Shanzi is a well-known influencer in Jamaica. So they are getting married in December. So we had a conversation when we were talking about the Sans reality series, and Shanzi called me back. Nina told her about it. And Shanzi called me after, and persons don't recognize that. And I will say it again: these creators are out of your mind thinkers. They think outside the box, and that is
Yeah.
the amazing thing working with them. And she said to me, Mark, I want to do a reality series, about my wedding. I almost fell off my chair because I know Nina and I know Shanzi and I know the following they have and the love that the following has for them, right? So we
Yeah.
embarked on looking on, what it would mean to do it and everything. Right. It's right there on the screen.
Right there on the screen.
Adairing
Yes.
Moments. The first thing that is even amazing about it is that Nina's last name is Adair, right?
Yeah.
And then adairing moment, it just sinks, right?
Nice pun. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and we launched it today in terms of letting the world know that we'll be doing the series. I'll let Shanzi tell when exactly it's coming out, so I'll leave that to her. But just to say that King Tavi will be the director on it. I'm the executive producer, and a lot of the creative energy coming from it is from Shanzi and Nino. I had to tear come to sit in front of the computer just now to meet with you because we're on set filming, one particular thing that's happening today with, she and Nino. So when I leave you, I have to head back there.
Inside scoop.
Yeah,
Inside
so
scoop. So something happening today, October 9th.
so we let the world know today, knowing that, it's coming out, and
Yes.
it just took over all the social media today. Everybody is just, excited about it, and believe you me, it is going to be just a filming that we did today. It is, and we're going throughout Jamaica, taking them on sites, them just sharing moments together leading up to the wedding. It's going to be awesome. And this is how creators can monetize. You have it on the streaming platform. For them, it is now building their brand. It's building Nina and Shanzi. This is what Jamaica needs, because we have a lot of creative energy in the country, and it's how they can see themselves monetizing from it. And this is what First in Line Plus is doing.
Lovely. So making moves for sure, Mark. Very proud to hear that, because it is, you're pioneering it in the industry, inspiring others as well to move on. But let's talk about the money side of things, right? Because we are the money classroom.
Yes.
So financing is often a challenge for startups. How did you navigate this obstacle? Because we're filming, we need production, video editing, lighting, ring light, sound. How did you navigate that, and how could you encourage others to navigate as they delve into this industry?
So one of the things I've been saying in terms of being on the ticketing side, it's been 18 years, so you get to understand the space. And one of the things you find is that entertainment space needs a lot of help, as you're alluding to the fact that how do you get financing? But it's a two-sided, it's a two-sided coin, right? You have, the enablers, which is your government, that can help to build out that industry. And I know Minister Green, Babsy, I call her Babsy. I love her so much. Her love for the industry is so overwhelming, and she's trying to do a lot. And I know she's trying to do a lot, and I see her doing a lot, right? Because even with Oliver Backyard, she gave the stamp of approval. So it's part of the Jamaica 60 celebration, the Oliver Backyard. She gave that stamp of approval. No questions asked. She said, no, man, Oliver, fine. And the funny thing, she is one of the persons that helped in terms of the first Oliver at large. Now, what you want to do as a young entrepreneur coming up is have discipline. And as I'm saying, there's a two-sided coin. In the space, it calls for a lot of discipline. And when you meet a lot of the creators, they are just wanting to go, and they're not structuring what they're doing. They're not structuring their business in the proper way. And they find themselves going down a rabbit hole, spending what they don't have, and getting themselves into problems, right? It starts with getting that proper business plan, doing a market sounding to see if it makes sense, and then doing that proper proposal and reaching out to persons. And the other side of the coin, again, it is corporates, for example, know that, creators, by and large in Jamaica, call it for what it is, are not properly structured. And a lot of them lack discipline. And it starts with the discipline. Once you can show that you're disciplined, you will pull investors to you. And that is one of the things I want to resonate on your program. It's all about being disciplined in entering the space. And it helped for me in terms of building out the business, because Keisha, my background, I'm coming from banking, right? I left the banking circle recently as an executive, and that training that I had helped me to say, okay, I'm sitting down in the night, structuring what the next 5 years will be like, right? And then I structure from that, what is the next 2 years going to be like? And then, so I break it down into quadrants. And then I look to say, okay, what are the wheels that are squeaking the loudest that I need to oil now? So, you oil those now, you get the things in place, and you dip your hand in your pocket and you say, okay, I have 20 cents. What am I going to do with that 20 cents within the now period that helps me to monetize? You might not see it today. You have to put in that $20 now. When you put in that $20, you might see the tree growing tomorrow morning. And I saw it on a video recently where the two persons are there. One person is watering the tree, the other person is watering the tree. The first apple come off, pick it and start eat.
And
Right?
start, right, yes.
The other person, keep on watering, leave it alone. And in fact, for me, my discipline is that first apple after about 6 on the tree, I'm picking one and planting that one while the other tree is growing. So I will literally conserve today, keep on reinvesting, and wait on the belief that, within time, I will see the fruits of that labor. It's not about picking off all the crop now and eating now. So, it's about that. It's about how you structure yourself to reach out to investors a lot of the times. I mean, you can get your bank loans, but of course, in the creative sector, that's very hard in Jamaica, right? It's a hard sell. That's the truth of the matter. Again, because of the whole structuring issue. But, if it is that you can find an investor, an angel investor to come on board, that's one of the things. I can say, on your program for me, it was around me saying, I'm going to invest in me. I'm going to invest in my belief and my dream, and I'm not going to feast today. I'll feast tomorrow once the dividends start coming. Have the structure in place and start investing in the work that I'm doing.
So as we think about that, a lot of persons think about getting financing, whether from a bank or from, a venture capitalist or somebody just willing to, give a thing to get you started, right? To help you out. What are some of the numbers do you think then that content creators need to be looking out for? What do we need to say? All right, show these things so that you can attract capital and that you can structure your business. We want persons to take the content creation serious and to use this as a way to make money. So what do we need to focus on?
Right.
What
it's almost as if you're drilling down into that quote unquote business plan.
Yeah.
Right. So, in that business plan, one of the things you want to do is properly structure the budget about, what you want to do in terms of, for example, when I was doing Oliver Backyard, the first thing I sat down after I met with Oliver and we say, okay, we're going to do this. And again, part of it is the funny thing, I use both my left and my right brain, right? I have that creative side, but there's almost that pull and tug to say, okay, I need to sit down and put it on paper. So it's about looking at what you want to do. The next step is putting down the budget before anything else. Putting down a framework, going around, asking the camera crew how much they would charge to do it.
Right.
Asking the makeup person. So you put together that budget. Then from there, you look on the market to say, will this fly? Will people want to see this? Yes, it's my passion. You can have all the passion in the world, but the truth of the matter is it's about putting food on your table, right?
Right.
And you can have that passion and nobody wants a product. So once you find that product that sparks your passion, you now sit to say, okay, I now need to put down, after I have the budget, what am I going to say to the investor about attracting the persons to purchase? This creator, I'm going to market this creator and create a show around him. How many followers, does this creator have? If that creator posts today, how many persons are going to, talk about that posting? So AKA, for example, Shanzi and Nino, they posted Adairing Moments noon. And within 5 minutes, there were like 9,000 likes,
Right, yeah.
So you already start to sensitize yourself around looking on Shanzi's numbers, looking on Nina's numbers, looking on the success of the work that they've been doing as creators, and you put that down on paper as well. Then you say to yourself, okay, after I do that, I now need to say, what will the revenue look like? What is the potential revenue? I put that down as well. And you wrap all of that together, structure it, and bring about the passion through, giving a synopsis of what the entire thing will be around, with your budget neatly packaged beside it, with the revenue streams, how that will look putting, that beside it. what are the potential numbers given if you can find another program that it can be likened onto, and say, okay, this particular program pulled 3,000 persons. This one with these creators are much more popular, so chances are they'll get 5,000. That is a
Right.
conversation
Yes.
for an investor.
Right, because we want to be able to monetize, as we say. So these are useful nuggets, very, very valuable nuggets. You have to know your numbers, whether they platform numbers, but you also have to know the numbers around your finances. How much money you're planning to make? What are the expenses going to be? So you can manage that together to make a profit, because that's the goal at the end of the
Right.
day. So through your
Exactly. The
platform,
profit, the ROI, Keisha,
yes,
return on investment. As an again, putting on my banking hat, I am sitting in front of you. What will I get if I give you that $2 million? Will I be getting back some nice change, or will you be coming back to me in 6 months to say nothing, no sell? You know, that
never
kind of
work
a thing.
out.
It
Yeah,
never work out. And of course, one of the things I always say to persons, I am adamant about that going forward. You must have skin in the game. You are sitting in front of an investor and say, I want you to put the 100% in it because I believe in it. No. When you sit in front of that investor with your plan in place, the investor must look on you and say, okay, have you started shooting? Have you started casting? Have you done anything? Say, yes, I spent 500,000 to do this to prep. Get,
yes,
for example, the business plan. You would have paid somebody to do the business plan. You don't want the investor to be paying for that. You need to show him that you have skin in the game. So if the apple cart turnover, you are going to be on the ground trying to hurry to pick them up because you have something to lose as well.
true, true, very true, and that's useful information. So through your platform, First in Line Plus, you're able to take the Jamaican culture and export that product globally, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned some of your programs that you're using to fulfill that mandate. So how can other content creators replicate your success without giving away too much? But how can you say, for someone wanting to possibly follow along in my footsteps or even work with you, how can they
Right.
make that happen?
Okay, so the first thing, it starts with, so in terms of what you can do to replicate, you say to yourself, I want to monetize, and maybe you don't want to partner with anybody, you want to monetize yourself. You can look on investing in building out a platform for yourself. The truth of the matter is, and I will say it point blank, it takes a lot to build out the type of platform, right? But it starts with a belief, first and foremost. So it's around looking to see what you want to build out, what
Yeah,
works best for you, given the content that you have. If you have some 5-minute pieces, you don't need a full-blown, streaming platform. But if you're a company looking out to build out content ongoing, maybe you
yeah,
want to invest in yourself in terms of that, right? Not to worry about it. In terms of partnering, funny enough, you have Granny Worries, Joan Kenzie production. I met
yes,
her while we are doing an ad with Oliver on a set. And this young girl, she is, and I really call her young because when you look on her, she really look young. But she is so mature in terms of thought. And she said to herself, she was a teacher, and again, passion and believing in yourself. She said, listen, I stopped teaching and I'm going into full production. I don't know where the next dollar gonna come from.
yeah,
I'm using my savings and I'm going to build it out. And she did her first show, and she had it in the theater in Ochi. And when we met, I told her about the streaming platform. And I said, listen, come on, put it on the platform. And she placed it on the platform, and it's there now. And this is a way in which creators can monetize. So we're also a distribution network for creators. So if you have content and it's really good content and you want to monetize, we can monetize it for you on First and Nine Plus. So we are a distribution company as well.
so how can persons find you to distribute their content? 'Cause I know we're
Okay,
probably
so
gonna get that in the chat very soon.
right,
How do we
so
find your Mark for First in Line Plus? Because a lot of persons on tonight watching the show have
right,
content. They are creating their own, but we need to help to push people to the next level.
yeah. So I think the persons can contact me at first9plus@gmail.com. They can
Yeah.
also send a DM message to our Instagram account, First in Line Plus, and from there, my administrative team will sift through and let me know, and we have persons who will get in contact with you. So it's on our Instagram, First in Line Plus. You can DM us there. You can also send a message to firstinlineplus@gmail.com.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
So the info is there. As always, we're very big on knowledge inside the money classroom, but knowledge is nothing without execution. Being able to implement on the knowledge is what's going to really take you to that success with your money. So thank you so much, Mark, for sharing these useful tips and strategies around monetizing your content, making money from in the content creation space. Very proud of you also on the work that you are doing around content creation and really, structuring the industry as you move forward. Exciting to see a daring moment and what that will look like, and also your
Yeah.
other productions as well. So it's up on the screen,
Yes, we
Instagram.
have more. We have more coming. We have more coming. There is a
Let's
major
talk a
one.
little bit about that. What can you share about upcoming?
So we kind of hinted to persons that Clan Cushion is coming. That is King Tabby's program that's coming next year. That is going to be amazing. That in itself is going to be very amazing. So we'll be doing work around that as well. We have another bombshell that we're going to drop at the start of next year in January. So that is coming as well. So it's around, and I found out that, as you said, Keisha, persons really love Jamaican content overseas. The more you put on the platform, the more they grab. So we're doing that. We're presenting Jamaica to the world.
Nice. Continue on that. Continue. So big up yourself. That's where we're gonna leave it. Thanks for joining us, Mark Tracey, CEO of First in Line Plus.
All right. Thank you for having me, Keisha. And night to all your viewers.
All right. Big up yourself.
Yeah,
Up next, we have our sponsor, JMMB Group, inside the Money Classroom. We have our show and tell segment coming on. It's now time for show and tell. The show and tell segment is brought to you by our sponsor, JMMB Group, and we're happy to be joined tonight by Tanise Coote. Tanise is an SME resource officer at JMMB Group. She has over a decade of experience in the local financial sector, working on the front line to assist her clients to achieve their goals with strategically created investment portfolios and offering superior customer service. And she's well educated, well endowed in the financial sector. Very happy to have you on, Tanise. You are now actively working with the JMMB Group SME Group Resource Center. And we are excited to have you here because often creatives and individuals in this field, the creative field, they indicate that they have a challenge attracting funding. They have a challenge opening business accounts. They have a challenge getting even set up as a business. And so having the right financial partner to cater to their varying and unique financial needs will help them grow and scale their business, which is what we want. We want money. We want our listeners or viewers to thrive as they push on with their business. So today we want you to share with us pointers about how SMEs can, especially those that are in the creative industry, how can they better manage their finances? How can they grow their business? So let's talk about that, Tanise. I think we have a little feedback coming from you.
Hi, Keisha. Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here. You are still having the feedback?
No, it's gone now. Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I would love to start out by saying that it really is extremely important for our content creators to formalize their business, and this is because it really gives them a professional presence when conducting business. And
so when you wait, Tanise, a second. So when you say formalize, because it's the money classroom, we have to teach person. When you say formalize the business, someone may be saying, what that mean? What exactly is formalize the business? I just post every day on YouTube, I post on Instagram, I get whole heap of likes and follows. How do I turn this into a business? What do you mean by formalize?
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to make sure that your business is registered. So you want to make sure that from inception, once you come up with your business name, especially for creatives, where the creative nature sometimes goes into the business name, you want to make sure that as soon as you come up with that name, you go ahead and you register it, because then you don't want to have a situation where you're investing in this business name, you have been approaching persons under the business name, you might be doing some marketing, and then when you go to register, you hear that you cannot use it. So you want to make sure that you have authority, you have it on paper that this is your business.
That is true. I've seen that already where persons, they have an IG handle and they're going off using this handle. And then when they're now getting sponsors and people saying, oh, I'll pay you some money if you can post some content for me. And you need to send in documents because these sponsors need documentation. There are large brands that need documentation for you to do any business with them. When you go now to formalize yourself and go down to company's office, you realize that name taken. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. So I like your advice about starting early. As soon as you have set up a page and you say, I am full on, I'm committed, I'm doing the work, I'm disciplined, as Mark spoke about, go and formalize your business. So let's probably give a little step by step at a very high level. What does that entail, the formalization of your business?
Okay, so we spoke about the first step, which is to make sure that you register the business. And once you have done this, this will give you some of the requirements that you're going to need for the other steps. So once you register, you'll get your TRN, you'll get your TCC, and you're going to need this to open your business account. And you want to do this because it allows you to separate your personal and your business funds, which will allow potential investors. So Mark spoke earlier about going to your investors and asking them to invest in your business. What it does, it allows them to be able to really analyze the business strength that you are proposing to them. And even when you're going to get your loans, if you want to apply for a loan, yes, you're going to present us with a financial statement, but we're going to need proof. So if you come in and you say to us that you have been doing this business, you need a support loan, you've been earning 18 million, we are going to ask you, where is the proof that this business can generate 18 million? So we normally want you to have about 70 to 80% of the business revenue passing through a business account. So you want to make sure you have that business account, separate your funds so that we can easily identify that this is what the business is earning. Then you also want to make sure that you're keeping proper records.
Whoa! All right, let's stop there a second, Tanis, because we have to formalize, so we have to go register a company. You're also saying we need to keep the business finance separate from the personal finance. Don't commingle anything and mix up, because if you're serious about your business and you're serious about getting capital and funding and investors and sponsors and ads, they want that separation, right?
Yes.
So how do you keep track? What we need to do?
Right. So there are lots of software on the internet that you can use. So we have accounting software such as QuickBooks, there's ProfitBooks, and these help you to keep track of your finances. You can generate your financial statements. In-house finances are accepted by most banks, and it even helps you, the business owner, because you can analyze your business at any point. You don't want to be there working, and then at the end of the year, when you run your report, you realize that there are points in the business that you need to adjust. So when you have your accounting software, you're able to analyze as you go. You can do your monthly check-ins, quarterly check-ins to see what is happening without having to go to an accountant, and that will help you to save some funds as well.
I like that. And we'll come back. I'm sticking on the financing because I really believe that getting that capital, getting that investment is the way to go to grow your business, right? I always say, why spend mine when I can spend yours? We want to be able to attract investors. So, but it's often a challenge. It's something that's hard to do. We don't find that, when you're just starting out with a business, everybody knocking on your door, giving you money. So what are some of the ways that businesses that are just starting these, very small startups, how can they get funding, and what are some of the solutions from JMMB to help some of these small businesses?
Okay, awesome. So traditionally, JMMB, we do have our bank loans. So if you have collaterals, so let's say, for example, you have a property, you have a car, we can use that as collateral. However, as you said, one of the challenge for a lot of SMEs is that they may not have collaterals. And so we actually work very closely with the Development Bank of Jamaica, who provides collateral support for our SMEs, and they also help us to provide very affordable rates for our SMEs. JMMB also has the ability to offer our clients moratoriums and also structure the loans so that the payments are due in line with their cash flow cycle. So let's say, for example, using Mark again, he has a project, he comes in, he needs funding in order to buy equipment. But his funding is not going to come in until the end of the project when he has delivered to the
Yeah.
client. We can actually structure the loan so that you can get it, and then when you get paid from your client, you repay the loan at that point.
Right. And I like that you're saying, we can work with you, we can partner with you, but it just takes then for us as business owners to come to JMMB to get that support. Because it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy getting capital for your business. It's not something easy. So when we have institutions like JMMB saying, listen, let's partner together, let's do this, let us help you to grow your business. I want the help. Of course I want the help. Right?
And you can help us too. So, as Mark said earlier, it's important to do your research, have your documentation. So, when you come in and you say, I have this project, you can say to us that, yes, I am expecting the payment to come in on XY date. It's not that we are up in limbo wondering when it is that you are going to be able to repay the loan.
Right. But you see, the challenge is, as an entrepreneur, you start, a little startup company. Funding is a big problem, but also having the right expertise that is needed. And maybe, I'm just really good at creating my content. I'm a creative person, but I don't really know the business side of thing. I don't know the first thing. Mark spoke about business, but I have no idea how to do that. How can JMMB SME support persons with that who, I'm really good at what I do. I'm very creative, but I just don't know the business side of things.
Okay, so the Resource Center, we really are about assisting our SMEs to achieve their goals and supporting them. So for us, one of the first things that we do when we are working with our clients is to conduct the free needs assessment. So this is a consultation that is completely free and is designed to help us to assist and identify the challenges that our clients have. And out of that, then we will develop a mentorship plan for our entrepreneurs. We also assist them by allowing them access to our network of partners. So we have professionals on board that work with our SMEs. We have persons in areas such as accounting and marketing. And what we do when we have our assessment conversation, we recognize that these are areas that you need support. We have our partners work with our clients to assist them in those areas. We also support our clients by providing them with continued business education. We have bi-monthly workshops where they can really learn some valuable information. They get tools and information that can be implemented into the business immediately. Um, so
Nice.
we so we really have a number of methods in place to support our SMEs to grow and manage their business.
And then let's talk about the other areas. And what about insurance? Because sometimes people ask for insurance, they ask you to produce certain documentation. Can JMMB help startups and entrepreneurs just going into this big world of business? Can JMMB help persons with that as well?
Definitely. And I am happy that you spoke about insurance, and I'm going to speak about business insurance in particular.
Yes, because maybe people think I'm talking about car insurance or house insurance, but there is insurance specific for your business.
Yes, so it's an area that is oftentimes overlooked as an unnecessary expense. But the reality is that an accident can really create some significant expenses that can
Yeah.
affect the company's ability to continue to operate. So we have our business insurance where you can protect against business disruption, public liability, employee liability, and we have coverages at 2.5 million where you can pay approximately 100,000 per annum. If you break that down over a year, the payments really are very manageable. I'd also like to look at health and life insurance
Yes.
because you want to make sure you have that in place because you don't want a situation where you have a medical expense and you have to drain the business resources to cover those expenses. So we have solutions like our family indemnity plan where you can insure up to 5 persons of your family, $1 million each, 6,000 per month. There's our key man insurance. So we really do have some very good insurance solutions that our business owners can tap into.
Nice, nice. And of course, person who say, well, I want to reach out to you, Tanis. I'm ready to get started with taking my business seriously, taking my business finances seriously. So how can persons get in touch with you and the JMMB SME Center?
They can send us an email at smeresourcecenter@jmmb.com. My cell number is 276-9775 as well.
Right. And of course, you have the website as well for all of the information. I'm sure whole heap is there. So nothing stopping us. As always, knowledge is nothing without execution. Implementation is key. So always inside the money classroom, the knowledge is there. Once you come, you're getting the knowledge, but it is up to you to implement. That's what we want. So thank you so much. We're going to leave it there. Thank you, Tanis, for being with us tonight. As always, big up to the JMMB group for being with us inside the money classroom. Appreciate you guys a whole lot.
Thank you so much for having me, Keisha.
All right, guys. So there we have it. It's been an engaging night. We talk about how to monetize your content, what exactly we need to be doing. I see persons saying in the chat, they're loving the Jamaican culture being exported by content creators. Love that. Fantastic. Remember though, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this episode with a friend. Anybody that you know that wants to be a content creator and to build a business around that, send them the link to this video so they can watch it. Send them the link to the JMMB SME Resource Center so they can get all the way hooked up and registered, have the business plan ready, get some help with financing, get help with insurance. If you really want to support that person who may be yourself as well, make sure you rewatch the video, share the video, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. That's our show for this week, guys. Make sure also find us on all the social media platforms, Profit Jumpstart on Instagram. We are here, Profit Jumpstart on YouTube. We're Profit Jumpstart on Twitter. And of course, the website is profitjumpstarter.com. The newsletter is there for weekly investing tips and strategies at profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter. And of course, if you're ready for more knowledge, I have my money blueprint course. It's profitjumpstarter.com/money blueprint. If you're ready to take your education around investing and wealth creation to the next level, money blueprint course is where it's at. As always, I will say it one more time. Knowledge is nothing without execution. Go and implement what you learned tonight so you can build wealth. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye.